I want to bring in the RNC spokesperson, our very own Kayleigh McEnany, who cut her teeth in television on the Varney and Company show.
That's right.
I think that's right. Yeah,
that is absolutely correct.
All right. Now, look, the GOP could not get it done on Obamacare. What makes you think that they can get it done on tax cuts?
Well, let's be clear. What binds us as a party, what makes us Republican, in my mind, are pro-life, we all agree on that, and putting more money in the pockets of everyday workers, blue-collar workers, middle-class workers, really all Americans. Those are really the two seminal principles that bind us as a party. There's a lot more agreement here than I think you'll see than there was on Obamacare.
The only way to get a package through is with Democrat support, because you cannot rely on all Republicans in the House and Senate to vote for, even for tax cuts. You can't rely on them. Therefore, you've got to appeal to Democrats. Come on over, please, because we're going to tax the rich. We're going to stick it to the 1%. That's what you'll get through. And that's a Republican Party failure.
Look, President Trump's been putting so much pressure on moderate Democrats. We've seen him call out Senator McCaskill. We've seen him stand on a stage with Heidi Heitkamp bringing her to a rally. Now Joe Donnelly is next. Democrats need to be worried, because if you're not for putting money in the pockets of the poorest of the poor, blue-collar workers, middle-class workers, you're going to lose at the ballot box. So,
do you think the media is going to play it that way?
Of course not.
No
but
way.
Voters are smart enough to see through it. Obviously, voters saw through all the negative narratives about Donald Trump. He's sitting at 1600 Pennsylvania. They'll see through this as well.
Here's another divide in the Republican Party. Last night, the runoff in Alabama, Judge Roy Moore won. I think this is a victory for the this is a victory over Republican establishment people. He's not in the establishment. He's on the other side of the fence, furthering the divide in the Republican Party.
Well, neither was Luther Strange part of the establishment. You had two good candidates in that race. A big congratulations to Judge Roy Moore. But I think the mainstream media is ginning up this division, but we're all in one family. Do you remember the so-called Never Trump movement that really only existed among news commentators and Washington bureaucrats? President Trump won nearly 90% of the Republican vote. Republicans were always together behind President Trump, even when some people were trying to gin up division.
No worries about Roy Moore from Kayleigh McEnany.
No worries at all. He's a great constitutional conservative, a great Christian man. He's going to soar into that Senate seat.
All right, we shall see. Kayleigh, thanks for joining us. Another appearance on Varney and Company. We like that. Thanks very much.